We got to talk about Jordan Montgomery. Jordan Montgomery was outstanding after being traded from the Yankees. He was pretty good with the Yankees. I was always a big fan of him. I called myself the president of Gumby Nation, and it's been a long time since I've done that accent. Anyway, 3.48 ERA in 22, 3.20 ERA in 23. He obviously had some trouble this year. He had an ERA over 6.23. Now, Scott Boras is his agent, and he screwed up his free agency last winter. You know, he was asking for too much money. Teams weren't willing to pay it. He ended up signing with the Diamondbacks very late. He got to camp late. He got his season started late. And you can see at Baseball Savant, his numbers were down. He still had a good chase rate, still had a good barrel percentage, and he always has that great extension because he's 6'6", and he releases so far over top. But you see his metrics through the years, you know, beginning in 2017, he's always had solid numbers. I've always liked this guy. And now the D-backs have openly said that they're planning to trade him, and they're willing to eat some of the money to do it. They still are going to need pitching, but their owner just doesn't like the deal. He doesn't like Monty. And it just gave me the idea, what if the Yankees were to trade Marcus Stroman, maybe throw in a couple of lottery ticket prospects, and in return, you get back Jordan Montgomery, and maybe the D-backs eat a little bit of that money. Maybe they eat, there's $6 million difference between what Stroman makes and what Monty makes. Maybe they pick up $2 million or $3 million of that to make it, you know, not quite a push, but, you know, the Yankees would be getting the better pitcher. The Diamondbacks would be getting a ground ball guy who's experienced. He's a good clubhouse guy. And honestly, I would rather have a 31-year-old Jordan Montgomery on my roster than Marcus Stroman. So just wanted to give your thoughts on Jordan Montgomery and thoughts on my trade in general.
Yeah, I actually really do like that mock trade personally, because I'm out on Marcus Stroman. We signed this guy for 3 years, what, $37.5 million, I think, yeah. And he didn't pitch in the playoffs, or I don't think he pitched a single inning in the playoffs.
I didn't even warm up in the playoffs.
Yeah, I thought we were going to use this guy as a long relief at least, but he served no value in the playoffs. But yeah, I would definitely give the Diamondbacks a call right now because his value is probably at the lowest it's going to be. Jordan Montgomery is a good pitcher. You know, the owner has made those comments that he doesn't really want Montgomery, so I don't think it would take terribly much to get him. And I think it's unfair to judge his 2024 season as well because he had a late start. Scott Boras kind of screwed him over a little bit, overestimated his value. But it just doesn't seem like the D-backs are a good fit for him. It doesn't seem like a good environment. Yeah. The Yankees know Montgomery, and Montgomery knows the Yankees. Matt Blake did wonders for him when he came over in 2020. I think it would be a good fit, and the Yankees would tap into some potential that he has left. And although his velocity has kind of dipped down, he's got the kind of stuff where he can reinvent himself as a pitcher, just like CC Sabathia did.
Yeah. THC Wicked 50 Cal, one of the mods here at Pinstripe Territory, says, as bad as Stroman is, same with Monty, but I think Stroman's contract is easier to get out of. Maybe he's wrong. Well, Monty's only got 1 year at $21.5 million because it was an option year that he picked up. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, if he ends up struggling, you know, you just don't pitch him in the playoffs. You let him walk after the year. I think it's a win-win if you pick up Montgomery, and I think he would be rejuvenated being back with the Yankees. Obviously, there were some issues when he was traded. Brian Cashman said, he wasn't going to be a part of our playoff rotation. I feel like it would either piss him off or it would give him a chip on his shoulder to go out and say, you know what, I'm damn well going to be a part of your playoff rotation this time. That's how I would want to see, a player react as a competitor. But I think we're both all in. Monty would be a good fit. This was a clip from a recent podcast. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and check out the full episode. Ball game over. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and give us a subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel. We're also on all your favorite podcast platforms and social media. Join the community, have some fun. We're here after every game. This is Pinstripe Territory.